Hey everybody, today's video I'll be doing a test on my power steering rack rebuild, and I'll also be checking one of my oil lines. I believe the drain is leaking. I'll replace that when I get the part for it, but I tightened up the oil feed line last night and that should take care of my leak. Sorry for the little bit of shaky camera work, just been chainsawing for a bit so my arm's a little shaky. So as you can see there's my CX Racing Turbo. It's holding up pretty well for 2 years now, I believe. I bought it 2 years ago. Running about 15 psi boost, but one thing I noticed is that my oil feed line was leaking, and this was actually almost just finger tight, the flange going on to the restrictor into the turbo. I also think that you can't really see it, but I think that my oil drain is leaking as well, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to take it for a ride. That'll cook off that oil, and we'll be able to see what's actually happening here. Other than that, not much has been going on in the old Supra shop this winter yet. Ran into some little financial issues and can't really afford to scrounge up some parts. In the near future, I'll be doing a head gasket rebuild on this car. I might redo my door cards. Not that I'm not happy with them, but I always like to mess around with stuff and try to make things better. Building a speaker box and a few other things. So let's get to this video. We'll take this car for a little rip down the road. Hopefully she does pretty well, and clean the brakes off and all that other stuff. So the Supra's been sitting for a little while. I kind of got a little bit of a mouse problem again. My garage is just infected with them, but she should just fire right up here. Pressure gauge says it has 0 oil pressure. It actually has oil pressure, but for some reason it works intermittently with my my mod that I put on there. So we're gonna warm up the car, take it for a rip down the street, and hopefully it'll be a nice video. Alright, so I'm not up to operating temperature yet. I'm just gonna take a slow cruise for a bit. When I come back from the end of the road, that's where I'll put some coal on the fire, as you can see. But so far, my power steering rack rebuild is holding up very nicely. It's not leaking, it feels solid, and like I've got decent power steering. The Supra feels really nice, she's running pretty good. Once she reaches running temperature, I'll be putting some boost through it. We're just about operating temperature right now. I'm going to pull a UE, go back down to my road, and do a couple pulls with it. One thing that you'll notice though is that my $50 impact clutch is starting to slip. I mean, on a stock application, that clutch should do just fine and last quite a while, but since I'm putting some power down, it does tend to slip a little. It might just need to be broken back in again after sitting for a little while, but I don't think that's the case. I think it's just I got too much power for the clutch itself. So I'll be probably doing a new clutch. Probably not going to make the video for it, but at least that way when I do pulls, you guys can see that this thing's putting some horse puppies down to the road. Camera's getting a little jumpy there. That's the clutch slipping where it just over revved like that. bucks. The impact clutch is a decent buy. It got me through a whole season. I'm not upset about it at all. Yeah, I'm not upset about it at all. I'm pretty impressed, to be honest, of the quality of a $50 clutch. But, you know, the old saying is you get what you pay for, and at least I got a season out of it. Alright, so the oil coming out of the feed line has been stopped, but down there, where the oil drain is underneath, it is leaking. The gasket must be gone. So that'll be an easy enough fix anyway. So thanks for watching. Hit the like and subscribe button, and keep posted for new content.